Good morning, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. I am your host today. My name's Joanne. I am the Director of Marketing and Live Training here with Legendary Marketer. And we, of course, have another exciting guest, amazing guest, a returning guest in a different niche, which I love. She's in the UK, if I have it correct. My memory suits me, but she can correct me when we bring her on. That I'm excited for you to get to know. If you missed her first episode, she was back. She was on back in March, I believe. And she's returning and doing a check-in with us today. So we'll let everyone kind of come in. I got my mastermind t-shirt on today from our event that I am still on a nice natural high from. It was just such an amazing event. I know I say this every time, but it really is true. They just get better. They get better every single time we hold them. And with the change, we weren't really sure how the change would be moving from that mansion house setting to like a boutique hotel. And the pros were things that we just didn't even think of even, and it was really cool, and I'm so excited for Austin. That's our next one, right when we kick off January 2025, and that registration opens up within days. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for details. Put it on your target, things to do, things to work towards. You need to be in Austin because I already know it's going to be amazing. Our party in New Orleans was a masquerade party, and everyone had masks. I can't wait to see those pictures when they come in. And our Saturday night party in Austin is definitely going to be a little country theme. Get those cowboy boots, all of that good stuff. We'll have a blast. We'll see if we can get Dave in some boots, cowboy hat. I don't know. You never know. It'll be fun. It'll be some interesting pictures for sure. Yeehaw, Tasha. That's right. But New Orleans was more than I had hoped it would be. And we're already so excited for Austin. So I really hope you all can join us there. Definitely. Kim, you have got to be in Austin for sure. I love it. Love it. All right. Without further ado, please welcome Lindsay back to the show. Good morning, or shall I say good afternoon, because you're in the UK, correct?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for coming back on. I'm excited. I get the pleasure of chatting with you today. Um, you are a real estate agent, and your
Yeah,
online business is not with real estate. It's actually around mindset, correct?
yes.
Wonderful.
Mindset, personal growth. Yeah.
Yep, I love it. Love it. Love it. So, for those that didn't catch your first episode back in March, can you kind of give us your origin story, your backstory, how you found Legendary, what you were looking for, all of that good stuff.
Yeah. So a few years ago, just the usual scrolling online, and at the time I had just reduced my hours at my day job because I had been going through all these crazy menopause symptoms as women do, and it just made me realise that I didn't want to continue living a life like working, stressed, coming home. It just felt like I was caught in a cycle. So I just realised that I needed a better balanced lifestyle. So I knew everything had to change. So that's when I reduced my hours and went in search of different paths, looked into MLM, tried that and didn't last very long. I don't even think I lasted a week. It just wasn't for me at all. And then scrolling on TikTok, I came across someone else and, they were talking about the challenge and things, and it just totally intrigued me. So my journey started from there. I've been a bit in and out, like, making all the mistakes, and it just never felt aligned. And then I just totally switched like into the mindset, just totally different niche, just
Mhm.
speaking about things that I felt passionate about, my own journey, all the struggles I've came across, and in that time just built up my following, and it's just felt happier, more aligned. And this time you've obviously refocused everything with the compliance and everything else, and that's aligning even, with the path I'm on too. So everything's just working out amazing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And ultimately, it's funny, but it's so true, is you've got to, we teach you the skills here. We teach you the skills that you can take into any niche, with any product, with any audience. We're
Yeah,
really not lying when we say that. That's what our education is. That's what we focus on. Decade in a day, we do a different niche all the time, different products. Um, we really want our students to find what they're passionate about. And for some reason, people come in and are like, I know you really want me just to promote this and only that. And I'm like, no, we don't. We don't want you to promote that because it's not going to work for you because you're not into it. It's not what you're excited about. We're here creating leaders. We're here creating entrepreneurs and creating people that step into their own space, right? That they're the front person, they're the one making the decisions. And the only way you can fully do that is to step into something that you're really excited about. It's not about what can I make videos about for a month. It's what can I make content about for the next 5 years. Think of it that way. Where do I want to be? Who do I want to be connected to? Where do I want to be a year from now, 2 years from now? What are those targets? What do they look like? Who are the people I'm talking to? And that will help you figure out what this niche is, what you're excited about, what gets you pumped when you wake up in the morning, all of that. And I love that you figured that out. Was that a tough transition for you to make the switch of niches?
and not really, no, because it felt easy. It was something I was super comfortable talking about, my own challenges and things like that. And I knew, from you have to find your people. And I thought if I start creating content with things that like I feel passionate, the struggles I've overcome, I know I'm going to find my own people who can resonate with me.
Yeah, and you get more creative with what you put out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're not
And
going,
the
right, what's
content things,
everyone else doing? I just got to copy
yeah.
this. We
It's
don't,
like sometimes I'm like, I don't have enough time to create all this content. My mind's just going.
right? When you're
Yeah,
excited about what you're doing, you're excited about the people you're connected with, your creativity flows. When you remove that wall of, I have to be someone else, I have to be doing something that other people are doing, I have to look like something else, and you're not excited about it, it's, I mean, you're back to like a really crappy 9 to 5 job that you don't like because
yeah,
you're just checking off boxes and you're trying to be someone that you were hired. You got to be this person. This is your
yeah,
role. You stay there. This is the box you have to be in. And when it really becomes your own, it just doesn't matter. It's easier to even release what you look like on camera. It's easier to just show up as your authentic, amazing, crazy, quirky self, I would say too.
yeah.
And then the creativity flows. And I mean,
Absolutely.
I love your energy. It just, you can, right when you mention it, you just feel joy from you. And that's what I want for all of our students here at Legendary is the level of joy that I see from you right now, which I love.
It's just amazing though, you've got people like, so glad I found your post today. And, it's just about embracing and enjoying the journey as well, like you wouldn't find your people sitting in an office, like being closed off to everyone, or, there's just
Yeah,
so much that can come from it.
yeah, for sure. So what do you think, what's been like your biggest challenges so far that you are like, wow, I can't believe I overcame that? Like you're proud of yourself. Like you've really,
So initially, just even posting online, I'm like, I had such a fear about it. And I always remember, like, I was cabin crew for like over 18 years. And I'm always so shy standing up and speaking in front of people. And after a year, back then in the airlines, after a year, you had to like get promoted. So you were the one, doing all the talking on the flights. And it just scared the life out of me. And I always remember being forced into have to doing that. And I was so scared. But anyway, I overcame it. And it was just like speaking normal. So I knew with this coming online, I thought if I just feel that comfort again, just do it initially, put all my rubbish posts out there, it does get easier. So yeah, that, and then obviously one of my goals was to be on the show. I was just like, I really, really want to speak to Dave and Joanne, and here I am. So it's just reaching milestones that it's at the time it just seems so far away, and then you start achieving them, and it's like, there you go, tick.
Isn't that the truth though? There's some milestones you're like, you want them all, some to come really fast, and then other ones you're like, I'm not reaching that anytime soon. But when you keep going, all of a sudden you're like, oh dang, I hit
Yeah,
that, check, I hit that, check.
yeah.
You don't even realize it, which is, and it's important to celebrate those too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about totally and fully embracing the journey, because if you're not enjoying doing it, then you're just not going to last. It's just not going to be enjoyable. It's not going to be fun.
Right. Yeah. And when you have a niche that you are excited about, we're not saying that then there won't be challenges, guys. We're not saying there's not going to be hard days. There's still going to be hard days. There's still going to be challenges, but they're easier to decide you're ready to tackle them when you are pumped for the end goal, those targets after. Would you agree? What's your
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So with your niche around mindset and all of that, what's some advice that you've used yourself that you know would help somebody that's brand new? They're just in the challenge, so they haven't launched. They're like getting ready to get ready. How about that?
Just stop overthinking it. Just post that first piece of content, because everything else after that, it's just like a a snowball effect. Like if you don't start, you're never going to get to where you want to be. And a big thing for me was worrying about what other people were going to say. And I've had so many people now, I was trying to hide it from my friends and family and work colleagues, and people are like, "Oh, I see your content, it's brilliant. I love it." Like, and that, it just feels good that people see that I'm doing something that I actually enjoy. It's helping other people. So it's a win-win for everyone. So just try not to care about what other people think about you.
Yeah, but that's the voice, isn't it? Like we hear like this little voice, oh, they're gonna say this.
Yeah,
What if they say that? What if they say this? Right? And I think the reality is, guys, that little voice will never fully go away. We just have to learn how to, okay, thank you, goodbye,
absolutely.
and take action through it no matter what.
Yeah.
It gets easier. And it really comes down to just taking action. Was that first video hard for you? Was it difficult to get it posted? Did it take a while? How did you finally work
Yeah.
up to do it?
I don't know. I was like actually hyperventilating and it was ridiculous. And I had a music playing over it, so you couldn't hear my voice, you could just hear the music blaring. It was terrible. And I posted it, and I get so many lovely comments. And like, I think your video would be nice if you just turned the volume down, the music down. So, and it's like you get so scared thinking that, people are going to say this and that, and it was all really positive. I'm like, there you go. It's out there, it's done. And you
Right.
just think, why did I not do it sooner?
And your first video, guys, the reality is, as much as we put stock into that first video and worry and concern and energy, it's not going to end up on CBS. It's not going to be on. Let's hope, it's just not going to be, in front of world leaders. It's not going to be sent to everybody you went to school with. It's not, it's not going to be this massive beast, because the reality really is, in a few hours you're going to post your second video that day, and tomorrow you're going to post again, and the day after that you're going to post again, and pretty soon that first video within a week is going to be just one of a ton fairly quickly. So it's not just post one video and you're done and this is my whole business. We kind of put that stock in it, like, this is everything.
To be seen by about 200 people.
Right? And which is really cool. It's just, yes, you're not going after the Emmy with that video, Melissa. You're correct. But it's also neat that as you just get started, and as you keep posting and you keep posting, and 60 days, 90 days down the line, you can also look back and see the progress you made that you didn't even realize. What have you noticed about your own content, Lindsay?
Yeah, it's the same. It's just like being much more comfortable in front of the camera, like cutting out, like knowing how to speak better or be more confident in front of the camera, which it isn't, it's not natural. But the more you do it, obviously it is. And again, I've had friends like, you can do it so well. I'm like, yeah, but it's just practice. It's not always been that way.
Yeah, it really comes down to maybe just address it. It's just every day is just putting in the practice.
Yeah. It's the
It's not
compound effect, isn't it, of those small daily actions?
right. Small daily actions. I love it. I love it. So share with me a little bit when they go to your link, they opt in. I think it's a challenge, right? Is it a mindset challenge that you have?
No, it's back to yourselves because I had done my own. I was working on my own program,
Okay,
and
okay.
then you relaunched the challenge, and I was like, "There's a lot of this I can turn over, into what I'm speaking about, like because it's about rebalancing and reshaping your life, and this is something that's genuinely helped me along the way. And
Yeah.
then I've got my own digital products that I've been making that are there. They're now digital assets that I can, and recommend later down. But I switched back to recommending the challenge again just because it does align with the
Mhm.
whole mindset thing. And so
It does. People don't, if you haven't checked out our 5-day Learn Launch Lead Challenge, there is a ton of mindset in it. Like every day starts with mindset. It's a totally different process, layout, curriculum, um, and it's pretty cool. I love it. It's
it's really
something
cool.
I've done for a really long time. I remember meeting with Dave and Julie in, gosh, 2023, and we were sitting around chatting about it and brainstorming of what we wanted the new challenge to be. So there was a lot of love put into this bad boy, and a lot of love from our whole team, which we're really excited about. So we were excited to get it launched and get it out there, because I think it does. I love the 15-day challenge, and this one is just at a whole other level of phenomenal nuggets and mindset, and really helping someone get started, to get
Yeah.
launched, literally get launched from the 5-day challenge, which is pretty cool.
I know, because what I'd like it back in January, February, I was working on my own products at the time, and I'd spent so much time, and then the challenge launched, and I was like, that kind of just blows my products out of the water. So it just made sense to reintroduce that as well. So yeah,
And I love that you're still your focus of your content, your niche and audience is still around, it's not make money online. It's around what you love. And I think that's really
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
And you were able to tie that in. Nice, nice. So when did you first take the challenge? Remind me.
It was away like the end, probably November 21.
Okay, yeah, it's been a while. It's
Yeah.
been overall, so we're talking 2021, correct?
At the very end of 2021.
We're,
Yeah.
we're a couple years
Yeah.
in this journey. What is the difference in you today from 2021?
So in 2021, it was just more, yeah, I'm trying, not fully focused, just dabbling a little bit, not really taking it serious, and just probably putting out all rubbish content that just didn't feel right. And yeah, it's taken a lot of time to get really focused and find something that, speaking about things that really align with me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a journey. Like, there's been times where I'm like, is this really going to work out for me?
So how did you push through those chunks of time where you were questioning yourself, questioning the future, questioning your business?
Well, when I look at it, when I keep looking, I'm like, do I want to continue working for someone else for the next 25 years? And like my own work just now, I work weekends, I sacrifice quite a lot, although I'm now working less hours, but I still work the weekends, and I look at other jobs out there, and any other job I would need to do would be for less money to go back working more hours. I'm like, that's not what I want to do. So I'm like, this is the only thing that can give me the, more freedom, more flexibility, and that
Mhm.
I actually feel passionate about something that I actually get up and feel motivated and inspired to do every single day.
Right. There's a lot of stock in that of just doing something you enjoy that helps you
Yeah.
wake up and be excited about the day. And what's possible, not saying it'll happen, but what's possible um, could be very, very fulfilling in a variety of ways. But just the actions of what you're working towards that's for yourself
Yeah.
is really empowering and helps you do the other things that you got to do through the day as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is cool. How has your family responded to this journey that you've been on?
Yeah, they're great. So obviously, like I'm on my own, and my dad like worries about me. You're going to be okay. So this year, just for example, like the job I do, um, this year, like it's because it's obviously real estate, and a lot of it's commission based, things like that. So this year, my salary year on year is like 22% down.
Hmm.
So that's like a big chunk when you're on your own, and I'm like telling my dad, and naturally my dad's worrying. He's like, "Are you going to be okay? Are you going to be okay?" And I'm like, "But Dad, I'm doing this, and I want to show you. Look, this is happening. Things are happening for me, and it's going in the right direction." So I think just being able to show him that, I'm what he doesn't fully understand it. He doesn't even have a mobile phone, but it's like just to show him that he's like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. So I think just to give my family reassurance, you might not understand what I'm doing, but I promise you this is something that is going to work for me.
I love it. I love that our parents always have an interesting in viewpoint of anything online, anything digital, right? Anything
Yeah.
digital. But I love the support, and I'm sure,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is really cool. Yeah, and nice. Not everyone has the support. I know if I were to ask my mom, she's still when I was staying with her, the last few months and whatnot. And she would make comments and try to tell, I would hear her try to tell people that I was working. Oh, and this is what she does. And it was an awful description. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, she does something online. She can just lay in bed if she wanted to. And I'm like, this sounds terrible. What are you talking about? That is not what I do. And I guess
I don't think they'll ever fully understand.
why am I in bed in your description? I'm never in bed. It was such like a weird thing that I'm like, what are you? I'm like, this is. I had to like coach her. I'm like, let's have a discussion about what I do, because she just wasn't grasping it. And I've been in the online space for like a decade, and she still doesn't.
Wow.
She just can't grasp it. It doesn't make sense to her. She doesn't understand that I can work from
Wow.
home, that I
Yeah.
can work from a laptop, from anywhere while I'm traveling. It just kind of blows her mind. I think there's a piece of her that's like, it's gotta be illegal.
I know. It's like, yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it? And that's the thing for me, like for this as well. Like, I hate being holed up in the house all day. So the fact that I can just, like, when I'm out on the horse or walking the dog, I can create, a
Yeah.
video that, and then when I'm sitting in the house at night, that's it, put a bit of text or whatever on it. And, it doesn't need to be complicated. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, I think that's a great line for everyone to remember that's listening, whether you're on live or watching the replay. It doesn't have to be that complicated. I think we make it a lot harder than what it needs to be. It's really it's it just doesn't have to be that complicated. It really is about creating content that serves your audience and posting. And we turn it into this big, ugly beast with a lot of expectations behind it. And then we spend more time worrying than doing, I would say. And we got to switch that. We got to spend more time doing and less worrying.
Absolutely.
Sure. All right, I'm going to pull this up, guys, because there's a big discussion about your TikTok. So I'm going to put the whole link in the chat right now for you guys so we can end this for all so that everyone can find you. I know that we have it correct, but we have some people that are having trouble finding it, and it's blowing up for the
Okay.
about your TikTok link, and they can't get to it. So I just put it right in the comments for you guys to find her on TikTok. Go take a look. Go give her a follow. All of that good stuff. So I know you're on TikTok. Have you thought about going on other platforms?
I am on Instagram. I just, for some reason, I'm not giving it much love. I've tried Clapper, but again, I've just literally posted a few things on there. I've been using TikTok for so long. It's just so easy for me. It just doesn't seem to take so much time. I feel Instagram, there's a bit of a not a great relationship with me there for that. I don't know what it is, but I just feel TikTok is easy. I should really be posting more on Facebook as well, but I think you just get so familiar with one, which I know I should be on more, that's probably something I need to concentrate on.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's really important to start with the one you know. Start
Yep.
with the one you feel comfortable with. Start with the one you regularly use, the social platform you enjoy casually before
Yeah.
this. I think it's good to start there. It's also good to branch out and learn the other platforms. Um, but if there's one that's just frustrating, take a break and
Yeah.
don't forget to stay focused on the one that you do love and that is bringing you traffic and bringing you engagement. Sometimes I see that in students where they start with the one, they build a following, they're getting traction, they're getting engagement, they're getting clicks, and they go, okay, now I have to add another platform. And then when they switch, they actually stop
Yeah.
giving the same level of attention to the first. And then they're like, what's happened? And it's like, well, you have to just expand from where you were. You can't end and restart.
Mhm.
So it is baby steps to control your overwhelm a bit, and finding ways that you can do that that's easy. But yeah, I think it might be time. Maybe if it's not Instagram, because sometimes Instagram is the evil stepchild to some people. But there's people, there's other marketers that feel that way about TikTok. There's marketers that feel that way about Facebook. And it's just a matter of finding what you're excited about and staying committed to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure, which is cool. How's been emails and writing emails and staying on top of building your list been for you?
Yeah, and my emails are not too bad. I go in and that's the same. Like I just want to make it like obviously with me still working and things, it needs to be at times, when it suits me. So every now and then I'll go in and I'll look at my emails, tweak a little bit, and you know what it is, it's just constantly tweaking and testing and going back over them. But yeah, that's definitely something that I really need to work on, probably.
Mhm. Tweaking and testing. I love that. That is something we all got to embrace. That marketing is all about a test. I test things here all the time. I do split tests even between emails, changing subjects, where half of you get a different subject and half of you get it than the other, and see if there's a difference in click and open rates and all of that. There's always testing going on. Um,
Yeah,
if you really were to watch everything that we do here at Legendary, you'd be like, oh, they changed that. Oh, that's different. Oh, that's new. What's going on there? But you wouldn't really notice it over time. But yet we were noting it and tracking it and testing it. And that's really what it is. It's not about did something fail. It's about how did it perform?
yeah,
Can we increase performance a percentage? Can we increase performance 2%? Right? It's those little tiny moments of where can we keep making those small gains that really equal big gains at the end of the day. Um, a 2% difference in open rate, I saw Tim, I had a little chat with him, is actually quite significant in the long run of things. Um, and it's really looking at your numbers, being aware of your numbers and testing. And if we can start looking at our own content with marketing glasses instead of our emotional glasses, it's a lot easier to make adjustments to what we need to test and try.
yeah.
Was that easy for you to do, to look at your content that way and be, analytical and go, okay, maybe this didn't perform well because of this, so I need to make this change? Or were you your own bully at first?
Probably earlier on in my journey, like yeah, but now I'm like, right, okay, I can see, and it is as you say, it's just constantly testing, tweaking, and yeah, not getting too upset if a video doesn't perform. You just don't do that again and try something else. It's your audience will tell you whether it's good
And
or
it's not
not.
personal. It's just an algorithm. So you got to test things. It's not,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's sitting there going, "Oh, Lindsay posted again." There's not, Fred at Instagram going, "Oh, we don't like Lindsay, so we're not going to push content out." It's nothing personal, guys. It's nothing personal. So it really comes down to testing, and trying different things, and looking back at what you did do, what kind of moved the needle a little bit here and there, small differences, then redoing that again, trying that again, making small adjustments. And I think that's what's exciting about marketing. It's never the same thing. It's always testing. It's always something new. It's always seeing what evoked action, what evoked emotion, what got you more views, got you likes, got you follows, got you clicks, got you conversions even. And that's the fun part, but that's the journey you're on,
Yeah.
for sure, which is really cool. And I love that you've been doing this since 2021.
Still here.
world of experience
I
and
know.
showing everyone that's watching that maybe just starting or only a few months in, um, what this looks like and the changes that can occur in yourself. And we're not talking monetary, guys. We're talking about just the changes in yourself, the confidence that Lindsay shared, all of that, which is really, really cool. So, what would you say are your biggest tips for growing a following that you've seen help you get more follows, engagement, and all of that in your content?
Just being authentic and yeah, just really knowing like you really because it's just the previous you because you are literally only a few steps in front of who your target audience is. So you know just being able to understand what they're thinking, what they're going through, and yeah,
Yeah, I think that's that's when it comes to creating content and you're using especially your face and your name, you got to be okay with putting yourself out there and sharing you, just being you. And you don't need to be put on an act. You don't need to be someone else. You don't need to be Susie, who you see every day making content, who you think is doing amazing. You don't know if they're doing amazing. They're just coming off that way. um, just embrace where you are in your journey and what you can do today and who you are, and your people will come. They'll come. Yeah, definitely. We gotta just be our human amazing self.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. What is your last bit of advice for anyone that's in their first 6 months even of this journey, before we go today? Any last final thoughts from you?
When you feel like usually when I get a little like reach a milestone, it's usually when you think this is not working, like I'm so stuck. When you just push that little bit more, that post that you weren't going to post it because that's usually when you get a viral video or loads of leads into your funnel. It's at that time where you think this isn't working. This is I feel like giving up because usually that's a little push to just
Hmm.
keep going. And it always results in a sign, as I say, with a viral video or more leads or whatever. But it's always usually the one you think I can't be bothered posting.
Right. You never know when the magic will happen.
Yeah,
It won't happen unless you keep going.
absolutely.
Right? Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you for coming on today. Of course, you are always welcome back. We'll have you back on, and keep checking in with you because I love what you're doing. And I love the audience and your focus within your content and the positivity you put out into the world. And thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Everyone, please go give Lindsay a follow on TikTok at Lynn's LYNZ underscore lifestyle. So Lynn's LYNZ underscore lifestyle. I also put it right in the comments earlier, the full link. So go check out Lindsay's content. It's all around mindset, positivity, uplifting, joy, all of that good stuff. Go check it out, and all of that. And of course, we will be back tomorrow with another episode, another awesome guest. And as always, stay legendary. Peace.